Hey everyone, we're diving into the one of the sleekest, most portable keyboards out there. Yup, it's the NuPhy Air60. This little guy has been getting a lot of hype way back then, but does it live up to it? Let's break it down, the pros, the cons, and of course, which switches you should go for if you're on the fence. Alright, let's start with the not so great stuff because I believe in keeping it real. First up, the layout and the low profile. Now, I know some people love the slim design and the portability, but for me, it's been a bit of a struggle. I keep on accidentally hitting the neighboring keys, and then there's this charging indicator, which is in the backspace. Yes, you heard me right, it's stuck away there. So good luck trying to figure out when it's charging, especially when the keyboard's off. There's literally no charging indicator if it's turned off. For a keyboard that's this sleek and has RGB on both sides, it feels like a real miss. Next up, software support. I have to say this was a bit of a shock because NuPhy promotes the Air60 as being super compatible with the Apple or Mac. But guess what? There's no NuPhy console software for Mac, which means no firmware updates unless you have a Windows device. That's a huge bummer, especially for all of the Mac users out there. And while we're at it, there's no VIA or QMake support either. I'll give them a little slack here since the V2 does have it. But come on, for the price, it feels like something that should have been included from the start. Speaking of the price, I have one more gripe, the build. At this price point, I was expecting a full aluminum build like a low-freeze Flow 84. I mean, they're almost the same price, but they're 60 mostly plastic on the bottom. But hey, it's not all bad. Let's talk about what I do like. For starters, the portability. This keyboard is light. If you're someone who works outside the house or on the go, this is the perfect companion. You barely notice it in your bag and it's super easy to whip out and start typing. Then there's the keycap quality. I actually really like how they feel. Though I will say they do tend to smudge pretty easily. And one thing that really stands out, and I really love this, is the side RGB indicators. They work great for letting you know when caps lock is on or for battery status. It's just too bad they didn't throw in a charging indicator there as well. Missed opportunity. Now let's get into the switches because this is where things really get interesting. I've tested both the mouse and the brown switches, and let me tell you, there's a world of difference. Starting with the mouse switch. It's definitely harder to press than the brown switch, but it's also more consistent in feel. The sound is deep and rich right out of the box, and honestly, it doesn't change much even after looping. So if you're after that deep, talky sound, the mouse is probably for you. On the other hand, the brown switch is a bit more unpredictable. First of all, I've noticed that it's prone to double triggers, super annoying when you're typing really fast or gaming. And get this, the brown switches that came to me didn't even come pre-lubed. I don't know if it's just mine, but maybe. But it's something to be aware of. Without lube, the browns are pretty clacky and not in the best way. That said, once you hand lube them, the sound improves quite a bit. The mouse switch though, it's got the satisfying talk to it right from the start, and the sound stays consistent. Personally, I'm leaning towards the mouse. It just sounds better overall, and the factory lube, while inconsistent, still holds up better than the brown switches. So that's my review of the NuPhy Air60. It's got some cool features but also some issues you should know about. What do you think? Will you go for the mouse switches or stick with the browns, or will you buy this keyboard or not? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss my next review or a programming tutorial. And also, thanks for watching and see you next time.